Constellations by Brett Bailey is a series of twilight performance featuring unique artists in the beautiful outdoor wilderness at Pier Wine Farm. The series will showcase over 3 weekends from the 4th to the 19th November. In studio, I have Shay Adams, the flamenco dancer in this performance. Shay, welcome to Cape Town Daily. How are you?
Thank you, I'm fine, thanks.
Now, Shay, before we go into it, I first want to let our viewers know, what is a flamenco dancer? What do they do? What kind of movements is happening when they're dancing?
Okay, so a flamenco dancer, we do all of these sorts of movements and play castanets. That's what people normally know. Flamenco comes from the south of Spain, and it's basically just a very expressive music and dance form.
Now, you've been a dancer for many years. When did it start for you, and what has the journey been like for you as a dancer?
Okay, so I started ballet when I was 5, and I wanted to be a ballerina. And I started flamenco a few years later, and it was not love at first sight. And when I was about 15, I got to choreograph my first piece, and that's when it all just clicked for me, and I finally understood the passion and expression that is flamenco.
And you've been in love with the dance since you were 15?
Yes, absolutely.
You wouldn't change it for any other dance?
Nothing else. Nothing comes close for me.
And now, how did you become part of this art piece, Constellation? How did you manage to, become part of it?
So our director, Brett Bailey, contacted me, and I think he was looking for a really diverse group of women for Constellations this year. So we are dancers, performance artists, musicians, storytellers this year.
And can you please just tell us, Constellation is an intimate twilight performance in the wilderness, right? Tell us more about this creative concept and how it's bringing it to life.
So basically, this is the 3rd iteration of Constellations, and the idea is that the audience is led or split into groups and then led along 2 paths where they will encounter different performances, and it's sort of in the period between sunset and darkness, and they'll sort of stumble upon different very interesting performances, and all in all they'll each see 4 performances on the night. So it's sort of a mystery tour of performance.
How can spectators interact with this kind of art, and what can they expect?
So they can expect a really diverse experience, and I think a really special experience. Being in Spier, in the wilderness, in the forests of Spier, and it's going to
Are you really going to be in the forest?
We are going to be performing in the forest.
I'm thinking it's going to be... Okay, my imagination is something else. So you're really going to be in the forest performing?
Yes, we are going to be performing in the forest. There are no stages, there are no lights.
Wow.
It's going to be lit by lanterns. So when we say intimate, we mean intimate. The groups of audience, it's about 10 people per performer, and then they sort of rotate and switch around so that everyone gets to see. And yeah, when we say intimate, the audience is as close as you and I are now.
Is this the first time you're having this kind of event where you're going to be in the forest?
Yes, it's a first.
Are you excited?
I'm really looking forward to it. It gives us an opportunity to explore things and concepts and ways of doing things that we can't necessarily do on a traditional stage in a theatre.
Now, in closing, final words, please, and also let our viewers know where can they find the tickets, where do they go? Which website do they visit? Which shops do they go? Please let our viewers know.
Okay. The performances are taking place on Fridays and Saturdays from the 4th to the 19th of November.
Yes.
Tickets are available through web tickets, and they are extremely limited, so please get booking now.
So there will only be 80 seats?
Only 80 tickets per performance.
Okay.
And yeah, bring your walking shoes.
Walking shoes.
Yes.
All right. Shay, thank you so much for joining us today here in studio, and hopefully our viewers at home can take part in this performance. It's going to be taking place in a forest. If you're a curious person, then Shay is going to be performing, and I believe flamenco is a beautiful dance.
It is.
Thank you
indeed.
so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.